Game number 2 of our Western Reserve Crestview doubleheader, and it's the boys' side. Both teams 4-0. Can Crestview finally break through and knock off Western Reserve, who's won 7 straight in this matchup? We'll find out coming up next.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kissel Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kissel.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
Welcome back inside the Cougars Den. Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray. Western Reserve won the tip, missed a three-pointer, and you're watching the first offensive possession by the Cougars here in this big matchup between two unbeatens at 4-0, two teams with wins in the conference as well. And that's going to be a 5-second call. First turnover of the night. Good defense by Western Reserve.
Yeah, fantastic defense to open things up. Western Reserve getting them into a tough pickle spot right there and just hands up, and they're going to get the ball back in their court.
This is Jude Menz, one of the main contributors in their district championship win over Willard last year. Nice take to the hole. Matt Jarrett on the board for Western Reserve, and they lead 2-0. Austin Wells with it for the Cougars. Over to Jarek Ringler. Now to Heath Cash. Owen Barker in, kicks it right back out. Cash for three, too strong. Knocked out of bounds, but it will stay with the Cougars.
Heath Cash has quite the three-point form. Saw that Thursday against St. Paul. He can get hot really quick, so Western Reserve going to want to close out on those just like they did on his previous shot there.
Mason Ringler gives it over to Wells. Wells into the lane, kicks it left side. Cash into the lane, forces one up. He's fouled, and he will go to the line for two.
So our first foul of the evening is going to send Cash to the line. Opportunity to tie this one up.
Fouls against Matt Jarrett, his first. First foul of the game. In and out on the first attempt by Cash. A little too strong there. He'll have one more. Gets the second. Crestview on the board. It's 2-1. Quickly ahead. Carson Rowe almost lost it. Got saved back to him. Out to Jarrett for three. Off the back iron. Rebound to Crestview and Owen Barker.
Yeah, Barker, if he got a chance to look at that one again, might regret saving it as he kind of gave it right to Western Reserve, but able to come up with the rebound off the miss, get the ball back to the Cougars.
And that'll be a charge. Ringler should take a look at the Crestview Cougars team spotlight, brought to you by Kissel's Lawncare Painting Snow Removal. District semifinalists in 2021. They lost to Western Reserve in the district semifinal. Graduated two of their top scorers in Evan Hamilton and Evan Gibbs, averaging 63 points per game, but only allowing 38 points per game, and no team has reached 45 points. So a big defensive game by John Kurtz's squad as they force the turnover, and Western Reserve's first turnover of the game. We'll take a look at the Rough Riders here in a little bit. Cash, pull-up jumper just inside, airballs it, deflects off of Western Reserve, and it will stay as we take a look at the Western Reserve spotlight. Chris Shelton in his 20th year with Western Reserve. They won their first district championship in 58 years last season. They've lost their top two scorers in District Player of the Year, Luke Rawlinson and John Scrata. 8 players this year have over 14 minutes. They have a deep bench. That three in the air, off the iron. Rebound by Carson Rowe. He's going to go to the line.
And the Rough Riders from the line so far this year are 74%. So a good opportunity for them to add 2 points on to what they have, an early 1-point lead over the Cougars. But Travis, as you mentioned, anytime you have one of those coaches who's hit over that 20-year milestone, he's doing something right. He's running a successful program, and after graduating some of their top players, they're put themselves early, very early, but in a position right now this year starting off undefeated.
Rowe hits the first. He actually hit a put-back tip-in against Firestone to beat them and remain unbeaten on this early season. He averages 12.8 and leads the team. He hit both free throws. 4-1 now, Western Reserve. Cash, left side. Gets it to Ringler, into the lane, looking. Gets it to Wells. He'll pull it back out. Now Ringler takes it in, kicks it out. Drive and kick. That's what Crestview does to get themselves open looks. That shot short, taken out quickly by Western Reserve.
And a lot of speed for them. They're pushing it up the court quick, moving the ball well after the transition.
Camden Hankins finds Rowe, and Rowe will go back to the line. He will get 2 more free throws. That'll be the second on Owen Barker.
And again, Carson Rowe, as you brought up, he's averaging 12.8 points per game, and another big statistic for him, 6.5 boards a game. So while he's bringing you points, he's also crashing those boards, and you can see the athleticism and speed he displays. Good cuts and big takes to the hole. Looking to get his team a 5-point early advantage.
Shooting 63% from the field. He's only taken, I believe, 1 or 2 threes. All of those field goals coming from around the paint. And like you said, 12.8 points, 6.5 rebounds. Nice take to the hole there by Jarek Ringler. He's going to go to the line for 2. That foul is going to be against Jude Menz, his first.
And what looked like, if there wouldn't have been as much contact as he knocks down the first free throw, could have been a huge block there by Jude Menz, and he's someone who only averages, I believe, 0.5 blocks per game, so he can still get up when he needs to, but Crestview's going to get a couple of free throws, dive back in, cut it down to a 3-point game.
Gets both. All 3 points coming via the charity stripe for Crestview early on. Jacob Jarrett, nice pass inside. Carson Rowe Quick 6 points for him. It's 8-3. Ringler slowing things down for a moment, trying to start the offense. Nice defense by Rowe. Backdoor cut, layup good. Addison Raymer on the board. It's 8-5. Beautiful backdoor cut by Crestview. Matt Jarrett fighting his way into the paint. Stop, kicks it back out. 3-point in the air by Jarrett off the front iron. Rebound taken by Crestview, and there's going to be a foul against Rowe.
Yeah, they're going to hit him with probably an over the back there. You know, he thought he might have had a chance to fight for that for a possession for a jump ball, but just a little bit too much of a reach as you saw that instant repay there.
Did you know, Hayden, referees have talked to me. Sorry about that.
No, they'll go for it.
Referees say there's no such thing as over the back.
Oh.
It's bumping. It's the bump, so they call it a push. I even wondered about that. There was a couple referees that listened to us last year and said, there's no such thing as over the back. It's the bump they have, so they call it a push.
Okay.
The more you know, right?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Crestview with a chance to tie with a 3 here or cut into the lead. But they turn it over. Second turnover for Crestview. Quickly down the lane, layup shot good for Carter Sapenza. And John Kurtz is going to call timeout. Crestview trailing Western 10-5 as you take a look at the replay. Gets the steal, gets the easy lay-in. And Coach Kurtz trying to regroup his team as you take a look at Chris Sheldon and his Western Reserve Rough Riders finally breaking through last year. They lost a tough one to a Johnstown Monroe team. They had the lead at the half, but Johnstown Monroe pulled away late in the regional semifinal we had last year. But a great job by him getting his team finally to that district championship that they had so greatly wanted for so many years, and they finally do so. First time in 58 years.
It's quite the impressive milestone for them to get to a position like that where that's what the goal is at the end of the year. You know, you don't want to think about it too much in the preseason, but something to desire to get back to and strive for this Rough Riders team.
Wells hands off the Ringler, gives it back. Cash for 3. Off the side iron, bounces around, offensive rebound. Crestview's going to have another possession. Reverse layup blocked. That's deflected out. Ball still on the ground. That's going to be knocked out by Western Reserve, so nice hustle by Crestview off the offensive rebound. They'll have another chance.
Yeah, hustle all around there by both sides of Western Reserve and Crestview, but Cougars going to be able to maintain possession, and with 2:40 left to go, a couple points on this possession would be very appreciated, cutting to that 5-point lead.
In front of the student section, they get it in. Cash hands it off. Left side deflected out of bounds, and it will stay once again with Crestview. Still inbounds right next to the Cougar, making an appearance tonight.
Well, you always know it's a special day here at Crestview when the Cougars out.
Gets the inbounds to Ringler. Inside to Mason Ringler. Back out. 3 by Raymer. Off the back iron. Offensive rebound again. Another chance. Raymer's going to take it back in and scores. Addison Raymer with 4 points. Crestview cashes in on the offensive rebound. Back to a 3-point game. Quickly down the other end. Almost lost by Jarrett. Actually hit him in the head, but he gets it back. Passes over. Cut off by Crestview. It's a turnover.
That ball was out of bounds. That's going to stay with the Crestview Cougars.
No, they're going to give it to... They're going to give it to Western Reserve. So it's turnovers. You take a look at the keys of the game by Crestview. Play your pace. If you want to speed it up, go for it, but don't play to the pace of Western Reserve. They're going to want to turn you over. They're going to run with it. And yours is ball movement, Hayden.
Yeah, for me it's the ball movement, and so far you've seen that tonight. A couple guys have had good open looks. Cash, Raymer, just not able to execute so far and not those down yet, but ball movement is so crucial to getting multiple guys involved.
Ooh, they're going to call a block and one. Looked like Ringler was in position, but the lean.
Yeah.
And they will give the bucket to Matt Jarrett, his 4th point. second foul against Mason Ringler.
And those ones come down to a matter of milliseconds, as you know, if you're not there, and for some officials, I mean, they're looking for perfect statue stillness. If you're not there and already preset, any type of movement, lean, as Travis said, they're going to get you on that one.
Well, also Jarrett was able to get his way around him. It's a good call. Malachi Spoer in now for Crestview. Gets it to Mason Baith. Stripped away. Aiden Edwards got it. Fourth turnover by Crestview. Makes it an 8-point game, then deflected out of bounds by Chris Buchanan. Let's take a look at the Western Reserve keys to the game. Cage the Cougars. Play good defense. And then Hayden hit the glass as well. Get those rebounds. Keep the second chance points away from Crestview, as Crestview has had a couple second chance points already tonight. And another steal. Aiden Edwards quickly with 2 steals for Western Reserve. Nice pass over, layup shot, goes through. Buchanan with his first points.
So far right now, you're kind of seeing, if you were tuned into our girls game, you're seeing the same defensive intensity out of the Rough Riders as the Crestview girls had, forcing a lot of turnovers early on, and you're going to see their ball rolls off the Crestview leg, and that's going to be heading right back to Western Reserve.
6th turnover, and John Kurtz not happy. He's going to call another timeout. Multiple turnovers here in the past minute and a half has allowed Western Reserve to balloon their lead to 10. It's 17-7.
This is one we talked about. A lot of emotion here and a lot of good basketball players coming into this one. Good starts for both teams coming into tonight, and it's an important one. It's important to remember what we talked about in the girls game, which is don't let this go ahead and write your season, but you know both squads are dying for a win tonight.
10-point lead for Western Reserve. Just hounding Crestview right now, who's turned the ball over 6 times. And I believe at least on 5 of those times it's turned into points for Western Reserve. If you do some simple math, that's the difference in this game so far.
Yeah, that was the tail of the tape in our women's game, and that's going to happen when you have a team that is hot from the field right now like Western Reserve. You don't want to do anything to just hand them free possessions, and especially on those turnovers, got to get back down defensively, see some hustle, and get back down that court. And we know Crestview's a quick team, so we'll see how they respond.
Western Reserve with the inbounds. 50 seconds left here, opening quarter. A fast first quarter. Men's working around, it's stolen away. Spoer into the lane, puts up the shot. Little bit of contact, can't score it. Rebound back out to Western Reserve. Nice cut inside, layup won't fall. Rebound to Crestview. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, a lot of physicality here in this last 30 seconds of the first quarter.
Pass inside, Stewart. And we'll get a travel call. Another turnover for Crestview. They're 7th in the first quarter.
And Western Reserve's a team, they're forcing 17.8 turnovers per game on average, and on average they only have 10.8 on their side. So right now winning that turnover battle. And look like they're going to get the final shot, Travis.
They will hold for the final shot. Men's into the lane, puts it up, and he's going to go to the line with 4.7 seconds left in the quarter. That's going to go against Addison Raymer, his first.
Take a look at our Kissel's Lawncare replay. Drew the contact, charging on that right side. Looks like that's somewhere he's comfortable getting to the basket tonight, and we'll see if he can add 2 more before this first quarter comes to an end.
Men's misses the first. Crestview, if they get the rebound, they're going to have to push it quick. Only 4.7 left here in the first quarter. He gets the second. Ringler puts it up. Too strong, and that'll do it for the opening quarter. Your score after 8 minutes. Western Reserve 18, Crestview 7. You're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
Paying for some big-name spokesperson. Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Taking a look at the Cougars Den. Western Reserve with a late run thanks to some turnovers leads Crestview 18-7. Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray here from the Den. Cougars need an answer and quick because Western Reserve, they're playing their tempo right now.
Yeah, high power offense quarter for Western Reserve, 18 points. So they're right on pace to score their season average or well above their season average if they continue this offensive success they're having.
Top of the key three by Ringler. Got it to go. Big bucket for him. He has 5 points. It's an 8-point game.
Yeah, good job by Ringler there. He has half of Crestview's points tonight, as you just mentioned, so he's going to need to continue to be a leader for them and knock down those shots.
Menz works in, and he will go back to the line. That foul will go against Jarek Ringler. His first, team sixth.
So right now, Jude is having a nice time finding his way around the paint, drawing fouls. He misses the first free throw, but pretty consistent free throw shooter for the Rough Riders. He's going to look to knock down the second one.
Misses them both.
The announcer comes into play again.
1 of 4.
1 of 4 here this evening as Travis has a bit of a allergy attack.
A little bit of a dry mouth. That's what happens when you call back-to-back games, I guess.
Exactly.
Anyway, 1 of 4, I was trying to say. We're going to get a foul underneath. That's going to go against Rowan. That's going to be his second foul.
It's a quick second foul for someone who's going to be a crucial player here tonight. Carson Rowe's going to have to sit down.
See if the Cougars can capitalize here, down 8. And they can't get it in.
Just say there was almost felt like more of a 6 or 7 seconds. It's just a matter of time before that was called. That swarming defense from the Rough Riders showing its strength and flexing its muscle there.
Coming up on 6:45 to play here in the first half. Nearly stolen away. Kick left side, fakes the three. Now he will take the three. Swish. Matt Jarrett with 8 points. Back to an 11-point lead.
Just a beautiful overall possession there for Western Reserve. Good ball movement and waited patiently for the open look.
Wells, top of the key. Looking to get it inside, but can't. Now they do. Barker kicks it out. 3 in the air. Too strong. Menz works it around inside to Jarrett. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, he has a bit of that size advantage down in the paint as we take a look at our Kissel's Lawncare replay. But anytime you're going to have that kind of lunge, as we've been talking about a lot tonight, they don't want to see that with those shoulders. So that's going to go in favor of Crestview. And I got to get the ball back here.
Yeah, that's going to be his second foul, so he's going to have to sit down for a little bit here. But yeah, that over-excessive contact's going to get called every time. 6 minutes left here in the half. Inside. Barker gets it back out for 3. In and out. Rebound to Western Reserve. That was all but down for Crestview. Would have been a huge bucket for them as well.
Yeah, they've had a lot of those tonight that seems like they're 75% of the way in the hoop, and there's an 100% look, Trav.
Jacob Jarrett answers on the other end. It's a 14-point lead, so a 6-point swing in a matter of 20 seconds.
And the turnover.
Camden Hankins gets it out. In and out. Offensive rebound, put back, good. Hankins with the steal and then the putback. Western Reserve with its largest lead, 16 points, 26-10.
And just when you thought it might be a decent time, a good time for Crestview to go on a run with Rowe and Jarek sitting down, they go on that run, making it more difficult all the way up to a 16-point advantage.
Ringler kicks it over to Austin Wells. Right side to Raymer. Trying to get the ball inside any way they can. Now they're going to kick it out. Wells for three. Yes. Big three there. 26-13.
Nice corner three for Wells in front of the students. Get a little bit of that crowd excitement back into it.
Men's over to Sapenza. Gets it inside. Stolen away. Fourth turnover by Western. Quickly ahead to Barker. Deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Crestview. Chris Buchanan checking in now for the Rough Riders. They lead by 13 coming up here almost to the midway point of the half. Just gets the ball in to Ringler. Right side to Wells. Now to Raymer. He'll drive baseline. Kicks it out to Wells. Wells will drive in. Over to Raymer for three. In and out. I don't know how many times that ball has been halfway down and come back out for Crestview tonight.
Yeah, that corner look especially. That was a nice job by Raymer and Wells to kind of alternate positions there. Good ball movement, but just unfortunate. Haven't been able to get it go through the hoop yet.
Edwards now. Kicks it over. Nearly stolen. Three in the air by Menz. Off the back iron. Rebound to Crestview. Quickly ahead. Forces one off. Banks it in. Ringler now with 7 points. Back to an 11-point game. Both teams 5-0 runs.
Ringler really sold that shot. Acted like he was going to pass it.
Sapenza hits. Another three for Western Reserve. Back up to a 14-point lead. Raymer brings it back out. Hands off to Cash. Cash into the lane, scoops it up. He's going to go to the line.
A nice job by Cash there. Get to the line, get a couple points. It's been a bit of a quiet night for him so far as you take a look at the replay.
Coach Sheldon.
Definitely.
Coach Sheldon wanted the walk call there. Thought he took an extra step before the foul.
Yeah, we got a nice look at that on the replay there. Does definitely look like Cash took one too many steps. Nonetheless, kind of one of those ball don't lie moments. Take another look here.
And it's close.
It's true.
It's close. He was in the air for a while. Nonetheless, he misses the first.
That's a big one here with 2:49 left to go in the second quarter. They need some points.
And he hits. 2 of 4 tonight from the line. 13-point lead for Western Reserve. Left side to Sapenza. Now to Edwards. Top of the key to Buchanan. Takes a shot. Banks are open here tonight at Crestview.
Tough mid-range jumper, and especially using that backboard, but hey, it's there for a reason.
And quickly answered on the other end. Mason Ringler with his first points. So Crestview getting that offense going finally. But Western nearly had the answer. Crestview will come out with it. Wells gets it over to Cash. Now the Mason Ringler back out for three. Yes! Sam Wells on the board. It's back to a 10-point game. 31-21, under 2 to play in the half. Life in Crestview.
Yeah, the Cougars then heard a little roar out of it after that three-pointer was able to go down, trim it back down to 10 points.
Then Ringler gets the deflection, and they say it went off of Western Reserve, a turnover. 5th Western Reserve turnover.
Yeah, if you were here with us for our girls' game, you might have saw a key to the game was the Cougar Claw, patented by the one and only Adam Thompson. Well, that's emerging here tonight. We're seeing it happen right now.
A bucket here by the Cougars, and you'll feel a momentum shift. With a minute and a half left here in the half. This lead was as much as 16 by Western Reserve. Jarek Ringler, top of the key. He will drive in. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Western Reserve on the change of possession. I think that's the right call. Well, yeah, they got all ball. Was thinking maybe they'd get the foul on Hankins for the hand behind, but he really didn't make any contact with him. So now Western Reserve up by 10, coming up on a minute left.
Yeah, and if you're Crestview, you'd really love to avoid any kind of Western Reserve points, but especially giving up another one of those corner threes. So let's see if they can lock down defensively.
Being down single digits going into the break would be a big win for the Cougars. Stripped out. Hankins for 3 off the front iron. No good. Ball deflected out, and it'll stay with Western Reserve.
Yeah, so a corner 3, as you see on the replay, is exactly what they look for, and just barely a bounce.
Yeah, I believe Mason Ringler got the last hand on it. Deep inbound, they get it to Edwards. Coach Sheldon calling out the plays. They'll reset, and they'll hold for the last play. Last shot of the half probably coming up here. Keith Cash now will apply some pressure on Edwards. Get it into the hands of Menz.
This is one of those situations that you can actually, this is perfectly legal in the sport of basketball.
No
Not
shot
a fan
clock
favorite,
yet.
but
no shot clock yet.
This can be done, and Coach's got to take advantage of that, much to the dismay of this Crestview faithful.
Putting up one pinky. Whatever the pinky play is, it's about to happen. Coming up 10 seconds left. Hankins with it, top of the key. They start. He drives to the lane, kicks it over. Edwards for 3. Off the front iron, gets the bounce to go. And that'll be it for the half. Aiden Edwards with the friendly bounce gets Western Reserve back out to a 13-point lead. You take a look as we head to the break. Your score after 2 quarters, 34-21 in favor of the Rough Riders. You're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
It's halftime here at the Cougar Den with Western Reserve leading 34-21. Travis Berardi alongside Hayden inside the Kissel's halftime. Let's take a look at those halftime stats. 12 field goals for the Rough Riders. 7 by the Cougars. Threes, 4-3. Broke that tie right at the buzzer with the Edwards lucky bounce. Crestview out rebounding Western Reserve 8-7. Not a lot of rebounds because there's not a lot of possessions. You do have 9 turnovers to 5, so that was a little bit that played into it. Fouls, both teams with 6. Free throws, 6 of 9 for Western Reserve, 4 of 6 for Crestview. So, you know, defensively, there was that one stretch, Hayden, at the end of the first quarter, pretty much a 10-0 run. That's the difference right now.
Yeah, you know, as you brought up, it's been a very, I think it's a bit closer than the score's even misleading to right now. But the turnovers, that's one thing that was a bit concerning, especially in that first quarter. Crestview had quite a few turnovers, about 5, very early, very quick. They've cut that down a bit at 9 turnovers, but again, you know, pretty even across the board. We got even fouls, even rebounds, and those three-pointers have been a bit of the difference. Western Reserve able to get to the line a few more times than the Cougars, but I think we're in for a very competitive second half. 13 points still within reach for the Cougars. I know they would have liked to go into half down single digits, but you can't change the first half now, so just get them rallied up and ready to go, Trav.
Yeah, and Western Reserve, they come in averaging 10 offensive rebounds per game, only 2. So Crestview doing a good job of limiting second chances for them. However, Crestview only allowing, like we said, 38 points per game. Western Reserve's 4 points away from that already at the half. They average 63 points per game, only at 21. So Crestview's going to get some things adjusted here in the second half. But we're going to take one more break, be back, finish up halftime, and have the third quarter for you right here live and free on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
halftime finishing up right here. Hi, Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray in our nice little special corner tonight.
Yeah.
Different angle. I'm actually liking the view up here. It's been a cool place to call these games. But Crestview trying to get back into this, Hayden. They trail 34-21, outscored 16-14 in that second quarter. And that has been your Kissel's halftime. So we get back to action here. 34-21 on the Sutton Bank scoreboard. Ringler tried to pass it, and he's going to get fouled. That play was getting a little bit out of hand by the Cougars. Bailed out with the foul. That's going to go against Camden Hankins, the first of the second half. Cash fakes the three. Leans in. He's fouled. 2 quick fouls, and I think that's going to go against Hankins again. And Cash will have a chance to cash in from the charity stripe. I have been waiting to say that all night, Hayden.
Got to get some of those witty jokes and comments in there somewhere, but you're exactly right. I think that's going to be the third Rough Rider with 2 fouls. Once you get to a certain point in the third quarter, it becomes a little bit more manageable, but just starting off the second half, not what you want.
Can't afford to get that third foul quickly in the third quarter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hits both. Now 4 of 6 from the line. It's back to an 11-point game. Seems like it's been an 11-point game the whole night.
I think so. It's been a while. I think it'd be all the way back to volleyball season where I felt like some of these leads that just float around. So I think the question here is going to be, what can Crestview do to get over this and start working away at that lead?
Jacob Jarrett's shot was missed. Offensive rebound blocked. Got the ball back, and then a tie-up. It'll stay with Western Reserve. You guys understand everything I just said? A lot just happened right there. Adam says no. I don't blame you.
Basketball is a very quick, conspiring sport.
Jarrett for 3. Off the iron. Another offensive rebound. And we'll get a foul against Crestview and Austin Wells. And like we said in the open, Western Reserve averages 10 offensive rebounds per game. They get in the paint when the shot goes up. And quickly now with 2 offensive rebounds here in the first minute of the third quarter.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. They are not significantly taller than any of the defenders for Crestview, but just really displaying that second effort following their shots.
Men's fouled in there. I don't know what. Maybe a bit of the body by Mason Ringler. Nonetheless, that's his 3rd foul.
Especially with how physical the first half had a few of those drives. A lot of times, even on that three-pointer you saw a few seconds ago with some contact after the shot. Questionable as to their reasoning there.
Men's had missed 3 straight free throws, but does hit on that one. 12-point game. Wells, hand off to Ringler. Jarrett trying to get into the paint. Spin move, left-handed shot, won't go. Rebound, fought for it and taken out by Western Reserve. Nice job to keep your hand on the ball there as they were trying to get the tie-up. Hankins on the baseline. Nice pass ahead, rejected. Big block by Crestview there. And on the other end, 3, swish! Heath Cash. What a turn of events there the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, unlocked the vault. Cash finally successful from one of those threes, and that whole series there, a block by Barker, 3 by Cash. 2 big players for Crestview who need to come to life here in the second half.
That one in and out by Hankins. Now Crestview has a chance to get this even closer. They're down 9. This is the closest they've been since the midway point of the first quarter. 3 in the air. Air ball. It was online but too strong. Both teams 7 defensive rebounds thus far tonight. 5:45 left third quarter. 35-26 in favor of the Rough Riders. Crestview, though, with a bit of momentum. First time they've been within 10 since, like we said, the first quarter. Left side, that's Jarrett. Fakes, goes into the lane. Spin move, misses the layup. Rebound, Crestview. Cougars just applying a little bit more pressure here in the second half. So miscommunication. Thankfully, Cash was able to retrieve it before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Cash to not be already be giving up on that play. Stayed with the ball.
Ringler moves back out to the top of the keys, looking for Cash. Does get to him, but he won't have a shot. Top to Mason Ringler. Now right side, 3 for Ringler. His brother can't get it. Offensive rebound, put back, won't fall.
The tough night from the field continues for Barker. It's been a very, very quiet evening after he exploded for 26 points, I believe, here for against the St. Paul Flyers on Thursday.
That 3 won't go. On the ground. That's going to be a tie-up, and it will go to Crestview. Sam Wells will check back in for the Cougars, as well as Addison Raymer. Aiden Edwards, Chris Buchanan in for the Rough Riders. 4:35 left here, third quarter. Feels like Western Reserve's forced a couple of these shots the last couple possessions.
I think so, and I don't know if it's just a bit more of wanting to speed up the pace of the game, but if I'm Western Reserve, take a deep breath. I think that they still have, although the lead's down to 9, they got plenty of room to feel comfortable for a while, so we'll see what they're going to get. Look to set up, and we'll see if those shots are going to look a little bit more natural.
Cash kind of trapped underneath, tried to get it to Wells, but it deflects off of Western Reserve. They'll keep possession. Ball inbounded, deflected, this time off of Crestview. That's a turnover. That's their 10th.
Definitely don't want to afford to give those ones up there, and as a team who wants to, get this down even smaller, had a chance to get it to within 7 or 6.
Left side. And another turnover, so they give it right back. 6th turnover by Western Reserve. Quickly, left side, 3 in the air for Raymer. Off the back iron, offensive rebound. But then they lose it and give it back to Western Reserve.
I'm telling you, that shot's there for Crestview tonight. It's just not falling, Travis. I think they have more, in and out 3 balls than I've seen in any contest so far this year.
But then Western Reserve gets it back. So some sloppy play here by the Rough Riders in the last 3 minutes has kept Crestview around because they haven't been able to make shots either. Jarek almost got it stripped away. Wells was there to keep it back. Sam Wells for 3,
Bang.
Yes! Wells the Wells. It's a 6-point game, 39-25.
What a beautiful no-look pass to kick that out, cut the lead down to 6, and kind of get that confidence meter back on high for Crestview.
And another turnover. Sapenza turns it over. 8th now by Western Reserve. And you feel momentum now on the Crestview side. They've cut this from 16 down to 6.
Yeah, I definitely think the tides are shifting here right now in the pace of this game, and that's why I kind of mentioned at halftime Western Reserve with a commanding lead, but it felt closer than it really is.
Ringler almost called for a walk there. Gets it to Cash. Has a screen. Looking for the roll. Finally gets it to Jarek Ringler. Into the lane. Puts it up. Charge. That'll be Jarek's 2nd foul. And Matt Jarrett was there. That was a good charge. And the turnover.
And nice job by Jarek, because that's a difficult art to master, drawing the charge. First off, you got to be willing to take that contact, and second off, you got to make sure. I mean, that's one of those hard things to simulate because you're going to take some blows. So nice job by him.
Nice backdoor cut. Jude Menz will go to the line. So take a look at the Kissel's replay once again. Just perfect backdoor cut. Forces Sam Wells in the air. That's Sam's first foul. First free throw by Jude, good. His 3 points all from the line tonight. He averages 8.5. Him alongside Hankins, tied for 2nd on the team.
Yeah, and for Western Reserve, you don't really have that one guy who's coming out and averaging too many, like 22, 20 points per game. They have a couple 8.5. But other than that.
With possession now. Cash. Looking for the backdoor cut, doesn't get it. Over to Jarek Ringler. Gets it inside to Sam Wells. Nice give and go. Nearly lost it. And then Austin Wells will go to the line.
Yeah, nice job by him there. They want to kind of keep this lead down to where they have gotten it to and then continue to go dig deep into that. They don't want it to expand back up to 11 or all the way to 16, obviously. So nice job picking up some contact, getting to the line to know he can get them some points the way he knows how.
Balanced scoring has been the name of the game for both sides. 5 players with over 5 points for Western Reserve. 4 players with over 5 points and another with 4 for Crestview. Wells hits both. We'll have a timeout by the Cougars. 2:13 remaining here. Back to a 6-point lead. Should take a look at a couple of our replays here. That rejection, that was big. That really changed the momentum because it comes right down and leads to this 3. You just can't leave them open like that. Heath Cash with the big bucket. And then the cut it to 6 for the first time. Sam Wells, his second. The Wells to Wells connection. We got a Ringler to Ringler and a Wells to Wells tonight.
And it always feels like, they have that pairing of siblings or family members here at Crestview. So the next couple sets of those here, finding some success tonight. But like you said, that block to 3 transition was big because Barker's had kind of a quiet night. So a little bit of a confidence boost as he's getting ready to check back in.
As you can see, I have the easier job. Hayden, color commentary and camera tonight. That's going to be stolen away. Another turnover by Western Reserve, their 9th. Quickly ahead, layup shot, got it. Sam Wells with 8 points. It's a 4-point game, under 2 to play in the third.
And those beautiful full court passes, when those go down and they work well and don't sail over the head, they just look so pretty and great angle to be seeing it.
Crestview has held Western Reserve to 3 points. Blocked! They get it back, though, and get bailed out with the foul, but oh my.
Wow.
Welcome to the block party here in Oldsburg, Ohio.
And that whole transition was a bit crazy there because it was a beautiful backdoor pass, and he thought he might have an easy 2, but then obviously Ringler there for a huge block.
He's going to get called for the foul after the fact, so that'll be his 3rd. Hankins to inbound underneath the Crestview bucket. Gets it in the row. Back out to him for 3. Off the front iron. Backside rebound put back. Good for Jude Menz, his first field goal of the night. 7th offensive rebound. 6-point game. Wells with it. Austin Wells, I should say. Over to Jarek Ringler. Now to Heath Cash. Looking inside. Doesn't find anybody. Gets it back out to Jarek. Coach Kurtz looking for the reach in on that, not getting the call. Euro step, just deflected away, rebound out to Western Reserve. And I believe Coach Sheldon wants to take the final shot.
Yeah, 45 seconds and counting here. We'll see if they do something similar to what we saw in the first quarter, taking advantage of the fact that there is no shot clock, folks, in high school basketball as you hear the displeasure from the home team. You are allowed to go up defensively, though, so.
Cougars on a 12-5 run here in this third quarter. Nonetheless, they're going to win the quarter, and they're going to keep this within 10 points unless something crazy happens and there's an and one on a 3-point attempt. 10 seconds left. Edwards drives to the hole, rejected. Put back, it goes in! Carson Rowe somehow got that to go. He from three-quarter court, no good. Carson Rowe with his first points of the second half at the buzzer. Western Reserve leads it by 8 here as we head to money time right here live and free on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
In the words of OH Report President and CEO Brian Skoronsky, it's money time. Western Reserve with possession, up 8. As the Cougars win the quarter 12-7, and we have ourselves a basketball game once again between two unbeatens here at the Den. Another block taken out by Crestview. That's the 4th block tonight by the Cougars at least. Cash fakes the 3. Looking inside. Back out. Wells for 3. Too strong. But a good job by Heath Cash to get the deflection off of Matt Jarrett. They'll retain possession.
Yeah, phenomenal heads-up thinking here by Cash. Just a nice job bouncing that off the defender.
Jarek Ringler will inbound underneath the Western Reserve bucket. Gets it to Cash for 3. Air ball again. And again it's saved and off of Western Reserve. Owen Barker this time throws it off.
Take a look at our Kissel's Lawncare replay.
They're playing dodgeball here to start the 4th.
To have that happen twice in a row, quite the rare occurrence. Great heads-up thinking by the Cougars.
Got to get it in. They don't.
Wow.
So all for naught as Western Reserve holds on. And they'll get possession back. Rough Riders by 8. Edwards works to the top of the key. Drives it in, kicks it out. 3 in the air by Matt Jarrett. Too strong. Rebound west by Crestview. Jarek Ringler. That's a handoff to Austin Wells, and he's going to get fouled. That'll be the 2nd. Or correction, that's the 3rd against Hankins. Cougars sideline inbound. And they're going to call a moving screen on Austin Wells.
And if you're Crestview, you can't afford to have these things happen right now. You know, we've just entered the 4th quarter, but you really, really want to keep this as close as possible. It seems like right now it's Western Reserve's game to lose, Travis, just with the way they've been able to still hold this lead despite some of the offensive struggles.
But you feel defensively that Crestview has picked it up, but
yeah,
Aiden Edwards says, not so fast, my friend. Western Reserve back up to that 11-point lead, 44-33, 6.5 left to play.
Yeah, the Cougar defense did really step up, especially winning that 3rd quarter.
They turn it over. 15th turnover by Crestview. Jarrett across half court. Big possession here for the Rough Riders. They can really take back control of this game.
Kind of picking up from where they left off at the end of the 3rd. They're going to use the opportunity to eat some time up.
Deflected away.
At the top, if Crestview's not going to come out, they're going to dare him to come out and guard them and continue to work away chunk by chunk a little bit of that clock.
Addison Raymer checking in. He'll replace Austin Wells. Into Edwards. Gets it top of the key. Menz works his way around, puts it up, and one. Jude Menz with his 9th point of the night. Puts us back out to 13. Foul's going to go against Addison Raymer, his 2nd.
And way too early to call that kind of shot a dagger, but it's definitely a blow to this Crestview team. If he knocks on his free throw, going to get it back up to a 17-point game. No, I'm way over on that. Excuse me. Be a 14-point game, but nonetheless, making things more difficult.
Jude, the first player in double figures. He has 10. And like you said, Hayden, it's a 14-point lead, and that's going to be a walk. 16th turnover by Crestview. And John Kurtz will call a timeout, which will give us a chance next Friday night. 3 big boys hoops matchups. 3 different conferences that could help determine the conference race. Lexington at Mansfield Senior, the Minutemen undefeated. Mansfield Senior upset by Mount Vernon last night. They have 1 loss. South Central right back here against Crestview. South Central undefeated right now in conference play. Crestview needs a comeback if they want to stay unbeaten, but still a long way to go. And then Centerburg at Northmore. The Trojans, the favorite to win the KMAC. Northmore a game back behind them and East Knox, who knocked off the Golden Knights. As you take a look at us in our little corner of nowhere.
The Den.
We are in the Den. We are in the Den, as you see right there.
We don't know how
there's
this
Adam's
GoPro stuff
hand.
works.
Say hi, Adam. There you are, waving. Yeah, we do anything just to get a live feed out here, and you're able to get some Ethernet, so we're set up in a corner. We have some nice Western Reserve folks that's been sitting us all night. We appreciate them for putting up with us, so thank you guys.
No easy task.
And, yeah, it's been fun, though. It's been fun. A good doubleheader thus far here, live and free on the OH Report.
Yeah, almost our 8th straight quarter of basketball, and it's been very fun. Given the circumstances, we are so happy to be live after the difficulties Thursday, so we're so happy to be live and free coming at you.
And this is the 16th quarter on the OH Report today. We've had 2 games. 2 girls' games earlier, a girls' game to start this one off, and then the boys' game to end it. That pass goes 5-hole through the legs of Owen Barker. It'll stay. Malachi Spoer will check in for Sam Wells. 5:25 remaining here. 4th quarter. Deep inbounds. And that's a backcourt violation. I would say it would. Men's touched it. His momentum was taking him back. I don't know. It's a close call. It depends on if he touched it with. Was his momentum ahead of the line or not? That's my question. They're going to call it a backcourt violation nonetheless. I think he was 3 or 4 feet in front of it. It wasn't like he was right at the line, so I understand the call there. It's the 10th turnover for Western Reserve, and Crestview really needed that right there too.
Yeah, that's the difficulty when you're going to put an inbounds pass in play all the way up by that midcourt line. That can happen.
Cash fakes the 3, almost turns it over, and he does. No, he doesn't. What an effort by Addison Raymer. It turns into a 3 by Cash, in and out.
Wow. And Travis, I thought that one was down for sure. Ball looked like it was halfway down the hoop. Got to bounce out again. Take an unlucky Cougar bounce.
Matt Jarrett gets it inside. No foul called. Rebound, though. Put back Carson Rowe now in double figures with 10. The 8th offensive rebound by Western Reserve. It's back to that 16-point number we had earlier.
We're under 5 minutes to play, approaching 4, so Crestview's going to need to be, if they want to get this thing back tied up, getting 4 points per minute through the remainder of this one.
Spoer kicks it back out. 3 by Addison Raymer. That's a start.
That's a great start.
He has 7 points. It's 49-35.
Raymer's had some success tonight offensively, and he's had a couple open looks as well that were just very near misses, so we'll see if they want to go through Raymer as well as Cash with those 3-pointers to dig back into this.
Men's with it. Gets by his defender. Kicks it. Jacob Jarrett will try it. He loses the handle. Quickly ahead. Spoer. Holding. Now he will drive into the lane, loses the handle. 17th turnover by the Cougars. It was the Cougars with defense in the 3rd quarter. Western Reserve gave it right back, and that's going to be a hand check foul against Ringler. That'll be his 4th. And a 1-and-1 now for Western Reserve.
It's another difficulty that you deal with then if you're Crestview. Getting into that foul trouble, the 1-and-1's going to be a bit of a setback. Obviously, meaning anytime Crestview fouls Western Reserve, they will get a chance to go to the line now, so that makes it a bit more difficult with 3:30 left to go.
Men's hits the first.
And he's really picked up the work from the line. Obviously, the first half was a bit difficult. I believe 1 of 3 from the line in the first half. That's his first miss of the second half, I believe.
Crestview down 15. Make sure to stay tuned after the game for the Kissel's post game, as well as MVP. 3 for Cash, too strong. Nearly offensive rebound, but deflected away. Western Reserve back out with it. Their 11th defensive rebound of the game. Under 3 to play. And they will run some clock. Edwards to the lane, kicks it back out. So we have that drive and kick. Replace, reset. Almost lost it. Gets it to Rowe. Back out to Jarrett. Behind the back. He'll drive to the hole. Almost lost it. And Coach Sheldon will call a timeout. And it'll be a full timeout. 2:25 left here in regulation. Western Reserve, the 15-point lead. This game was at 6. Went to 8 on the buzzer beater by Rowe. And since then, it's been all Rough Riders.
Yeah, I definitely thought that, when Crestview got that down to 6, that was a bit of a wake-up call because I knew that they were capable of digging back into that lead. And just because they weren't down to single digits going into the half, wasn't too much for them to come back with, but they just haven't been able to consistently keep and apply that same pressure and have that same success offensively. As you see, they've fallen off a bit here late in the fourth quarter.
Some individual scoring for you guys. Jude Menz leads all scorers, 11 points. Carson Rowe with 10. Aiden Edwards with 8. Matt Jarrett as well with 8. So very balanced by Western Reserve on the other end. Heath Cash with 7. Addison Raymer with 7. Jarek Ringler with 7. Sam Wells with 8 for the Cougars. As we come out of the full timeout. Western Reserve with possession. They are also in the bonus. They'll shoot one more 1-and-1 before 2 shots. Edwards backs it out once again. This is about the time where it's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest. And a big swipe at Carson Rowe, and he will go to the line for 2. Exactly what Coach Sheldon wrote up.
Yeah, you're going to see some of those free throws you just alluded to here. He's going to have 2 that would really, really extend this one out. Already a 15-point lead, and once you get to 17, Crestview's going to need points quickly in about the next minute. If they, I would say even if they want to turn it into one of those where they're going to go ahead and elect to send Western Reserve to the line a few times.
Rowe misses the first. Gets the second. Crestview looking for an answer. 3 in the air for Addison Raymer. Got it. Second 3 of the night for him. He has 10 points. 13-point game. Edwards in the corner. Throws it away. Spoer. Layup. Good. His first points. 11-point game, minute and a half left. They go to the full-court press now.
And that's what you were looking for. You want to cause those turnovers, but with the margins still out here at 11, you're kind of losing the amount of time you want, and that foul's not going to help there either.
Jarrett had the open lane for a second, but Mason Ringler, tough foul there. It's the right choice to foul him. Force him to make the 2 free throws the hard way. Hits the first. Jarek Ringler checking back in for Malachi.
And make here would extend it out to 13, and he will.
He now in double figures. Crestview. Time coming off the clock. They can't afford to take this much time off per possession. Wells for three. He hit another. Timeout. Coach Kurtz, 10-point game with 1:01 left. Too little, too late, Hayden, or do they still have a chance?
I'd say with 1 minute and a second left, you have a small window potentially to maybe try and force that turnover and not foul immediately, but it's a very small margin of error because if they're able to push that ball into the front court and move it around a bit, you know, every second you lose here is precious. So they're going to need to hit these threes, Travis, that they just cashed in there. It's going to be a very difficult uphill battle. How about you, Travis? What are your thoughts on the situation here for the Cougars?
Steal and a three would make things interesting right now. A quick steal and a quick three. Other than that, if Western Reserve can get it across half court, get to the line, I think 1 or 2 free throws pretty much ices this away. It all depends. This is a crucial inbounds here for Western Reserve.
It is.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Anybody know where that's from? Do you know where that's from, Hayden?
I don't know. You put me on the spot. I got a lot of numbers running through my head this evening.
Jim Carrey movie? Dumb and Dumber?
I probably wouldn't have known. I don't know.
The youth
put me on
these
the
days,
spot.
man. Come on. Anyway, Western gets it across half court. Check that off the list, and now they get to run some more clock.
Yeah, not a lot of urgency here. They need to foul quickly.
And they turn it over, though.
Okay. So they proved me wrong here. Get the turnover.
They did take 15 seconds off the clock, however, but the door remains a little bit open. The chance is still there. But Crestview will have to hit. They're going to have to be perfect from the field the rest of the way if they want to have a chance at overtime or pulling this out. But this is not helping. They're running too much clock.
No, another 10 seconds gone by here and still no field goal attempt.
3 in the air. Off the back iron, rebound. Western, there's the foul, and that should do it, folks.
Yeah, with 27.9 seconds left to play, they needed to hit that one, as you said, Travis. It's very
17 seconds on a possession when you're down 10 points. It just won't do it.
It just can't happen that way, and you don't want to force a bad shot, but you got to force something in that situation, and something's better than nothing.
So Edwards, 9th point, of a chance to be the 4th Rough Rider in double figures with this next free throw.
And that's big. When you got 4 guys in double figures, you know, you're sitting pretty well. And
there it is. And with this defense, if Coach Sheldon can get 3-4 double-digit scores a night, this Western Reserve team's going to be lethal once again. Give and go, layup good. Austin Wells, he's now in double figures. And we're going to get a foul, and an intentional foul at that by Raymer. So 2 free throws and the ball. And the ritual of the two sections going back and forth. One team saying we won, the other say let's play football because we beat you. And then the other one going back with scoreboard. So that hasn't changed from when I was in high school, I tell you that. Back in my day. Misses the first.
There's one thing about high school sports. It's nice to have student sections back in the crowd and crowds in general this season.
That is true. Addison Raymer fouled out as well there. So he will finish with 10 points. And Western Reserve now will inbound and most likely run the clock out. And that will do it. There you go. Western Reserve moves to 5-0 and defeats Crestview for the 8th straight time. Your final score, 56-45. We'll take a break, be back with our MVP stats, and to wrap things up right here live and free on the OH Report.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Kissel's Lawncare. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
Time now for our Kissel's Lawn Care Painting and Snow Removal MVP, Western Reserve's Carson Rowe. 11 points tonight, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and a gutted out victory over Crestview tonight, 56-45. You guys, let's go back to the midpoint of the first quarter. You guys went on, I believe, a 10-0 run that really let you take control of this game. What happened there at that point that let you get the momentum?
We just look to get good shots, keep passing the ball around, move it, passing and cutting. That's about it.
And then they have it cut to 6, and you have one of the most acrobatic shots I've seen to end the third quarter. What did that do to you guys going in the fourth? Because it seemed like it pumped you back up, got the defense going, and you guys pulled away.
Well, I think it just gave us some momentum, like big shot right at the end of the quarter, got us pumped up.
You lead the way this year, 12.8 points per game. You hit that average tonight. You have three guys averaging over 8 points. You lose Rawlinson and Scrotta to graduation last year, the two of the keys that got you to the regional. But it seems like people are filling in for you guys.
Yes, we have a lot of guys stepping up, big-time players coming from the JV team last year, helping us out a lot, making big plays.
You guys won your first district championship in 58 years last year. Had been a great feeling, but what did that do to you guys going into the off-season wanting to get back?
Well, we knew we were losing John and Luke. We just wanted to get better and push for another run in the districts.
You're 5-0. You're first place right now in the Firelands Conference. What's it going to take throughout the rest of the season to get that first check mark off the Firelands Conference Championship and then a good seed to hopefully make another run to a regional?
We're just going to have to keep practicing hard, playing tough teams down the run.
Okay, Carson. And lastly, if you want to look into the camera, give a shout out to anybody back home, any friends, family, go for it, my friend.
Thanks to all my family and friends for supporting me along this way.
That's Carson Rowe, 11 points, tied for the game high, our Kissel's MVP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll take that. Carson Rowe, the leading scorer from Western Reserve. As we take a look at our final stats of the night, brought to you by, who else? Kissel's Lawncare, painting, snow removal. 17 field goals to 15. It was a pretty even game on the floor. 17 field goals, 5 threes, but Crestview with 15 field goals, 7 threes, so they get a couple extra points out of that. Rebounding pretty much even. Fouls, Crestview had to foul later on. Turnovers, the first half it hurt Crestview. The third quarter they turned it down, turned up the defense on Western Reserve. They turned the ball over somewhat, but then it switched back in the fourth quarter. Crestview, when they really needed a couple buckets, turned the ball over, and Western Reserve was able to capitalize. But the free throw line was where this game was won tonight. Western Reserve only 16 of 23, but they went more. They went there more, 8 more made free throws. That is one of the main differences in tonight's game. Crestview a good 8 of 10, but the Rough Riders, they got one out early on and continue the streak against the Cougars.
Yeah, a great performance from them here tonight. As you shed light on, Travis, 8 of those 11 points that they won by come from those 8 more made free throws at the line. And the tails of the tape tonight, both of these in the doubleheaders. First game it was turnovers. Tonight it looked like it might be turnovers having the biggest impact, but they just found a way tonight, the Rough Riders did, to get to the line, make shots when they needed to, and they were a little bit lax, and there was moments there were glimpses where we saw Crestview really, really coming back to life, but just weren't able to overcome those turnovers, missed shots this evening. But I think, again, you're looking at another conference where it's very, in a sense, open, and Western Reserve and Crestview, I think, are two of the brightest teams here in the Firelands Conference, and I think Crestview's going to be all right. It's very similar to our game earlier when we talked about Western Reserve. Just going to have to, sit back, take a look at this game film, recover, and the Cougars, I'm sure, will bounce back from this, but I'm impressed from what I saw from both teams here tonight, Travis, and it's safe to say it was a great 8 quarters of basketball here this evening from the Cougars Den.
We'll finish up with some individual scoring. 8 players got into the scorebook for Western Reserve. They were led by Jude Menz and Carson Rowe, each with 11 points. Matt Jarrett with 10 points. Aiden Edwards with 10 points. 4 players in double figures for the Rough Riders. Carter Sapenza, 5 points. Jacob Jarrett, Chris Buchanan, 4 points. 2 points by Camden Hankins. And on the other end, a solid effort by Crestview. They were led by Austin Wells, Addison Raymer, both with 10 points. Sam Wells with 8 points. Heath Cash with 7. Malachi Spoer and Mason Ringler with 2. But that will wrap things up here. Final score, once again, 56-45. Western Reserve, the 18-7 first quarter, 16-14 second quarter to take the 34-21 lead into the break. Crestview started to come back, made it a 12-7 third quarter, got it down to 8 points, but the Rough Riders pull away in the fourth, 15-12 for your final score.
Make sure to tune.
Go ahead. Oh. You do it. Go for it. Tease it away, man.
I was just going to say, hey, make sure to tune up. Coming up Friday on the OH Report throughout the week, we're going to have some things for you as well, but a big live streams Friday night. Lexington at Mansfield Senior, a big OCC matchup. Lexington winning their last game against Madison to stay undefeated. Mansfield Senior, a couple losses, but they are a scrappy and very impressive bunch. And then also you're going to see South Central and Crestview, Centerburg, and Northmore. So great matchups coming away next Friday right here live and free on the OH Report.
And tune in on Monday. We will have the Division VI state champion captains and head coach from the Cary Blue Devils. We'll have them doing some fun holiday-related games and interviews and whatnot. So stay tuned on Monday. That'll be after the podcast. But for now, we'd like to thank everybody that helped make this possible. 8 quarters is enough for me. I'm heading home, and I am going to go lay on the couch and watch TV. Nonetheless, we want to thank everybody that helped make things possible tonight. We want to thank everybody back at the OH Report, Brian Skoronsky, Jory Hollenbeck, Adam Thompson, who's right behind me, who did production tonight. He did a great job.
Love.
I want to thank all of our sponsors, Kissel's, Lawncare, Painting, and Snow Removal for sponsoring almost everything tonight. Sutton Bank, our scoreboard sponsor and commercial sponsor with Kissel's. We want to thank Tim Kuhn and the staff here at Crestview High School for allowing us to bring you these games tonight live and free. We had some problems in the past, but we got the internet back and we're doing fine with it. Most importantly, we want to thank you, the fans, for watching, as always. Without you, we're not here, so thank you, the fans.
Exactly.
For Hayden Gray, I am Travis Berardi with your score one final time. Western Reserve moves to 5-0. They defeat Crestview and hand them their first loss of the season, 56-45. For Hayden Gray, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from Olivesburg.